What's up, folks? Welcome to another edition of Billy the Kid's No Bullshit Toy Reviews. And today, we're not reviewing any toys. We're actually going over my top 10 list for my favorite figures of the year. These are figures that I just kept coming back to time and time again, that I had no regrets spending any money on. And in fact, figures that if I had to pay the late tax, I'd have no problem paying a little bit extra to have these figures. I hope you agree with me. If not, leave a comment down below. I went through all my reviews. I went through all the figures I owned, and I just took some time and made sure that these are the figures that I had to have. I narrowed it down to 10. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of my No Bullshit audience. I look forward to 2023. To all my sponsors, thank you so much. St. Mark's Comics, you've been great to me. My Patreons, fantastic. Shozy Store has been my source for all of my 3P figures, and I'm going to keep it that way, so definitely check them out. Without any further ado, let's get into my top 10 list. Happy New Year! All right, here we go with my top 10 list. I do need to say a couple of these figures I no longer own. Simply put, I sold off all of my Masterpiece figures aside from the Beasts. So, due to that reason, my first two figures on my top 10 list, I'm only going to be able to pull up pictures. All right, so coming in at number 10 was Deformation Space's Blaster. This figure blew me away. The engineering was great. It was a lot of fun. It looks the part. I mean, it looks like an animated Blaster, and he was great. His mini-bot, it was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about, but Blaster himself was fantastic. I would have actually, put him up a little higher on the list. However, he had horrible paint. It was that chalky paint, and it was full of scuff marks right out of the box. And the more you transformed him, the more scuffed up he got. So because of that, he ended up in the number 10 spot. All right. On to number 9. That's going to be my Robot Paradise Acoustic Wave. And again, I got rid of the MPs, guys, so that's just the way the cookie crumbles for me. The Acoustic Wave from Robot Paradise or Fans Toys, whatever you want to call them, that figure was phenomenal. It hit all the right marks. I went back and forth to that figure over and over and over again. It looked like it jumped off the screen, and that's what me as a collector, that's what I'm looking for. All right? It looked like the animated Soundwave that I love. It's one of my favorite designs, and it's one of my favorite figures this year. All right. Now, the rest of the figures I do have. All right, so coming in at number 8, and it doesn't matter which mold you use, the New Age Inferno and Grapple, this figure is so good. It's so fun to transform back and forth. It's articulated, the paint's beautiful, the cost is great. I recommend this figure to everybody. If you're a fan of Transformers, New Age knocked it out of the park with this mold, and I strongly recommend you pick that up. I love it. I have no regrets on my purchase of this figure. Coming in at number 7, we've got New Age, again, their RC. All right, and this figure blew me away. It was better than the Masterpiece in regards to pulling off the look, in regards to articulation. I mean, it just did so much more than what the MP could offer, and I absolutely respect them for that. And due to that, it's on my list. All right, number 6, you're going to start seeing the pattern here, guys. Number 6 for me is a figure that, again, I go back to every day. I mess with this figure, and it's just going to stay that way. And that is New Age's, I think it's Air Guardian, their Skyfire. That thing is a thing of beauty. The whites are perfect. They're stark. They pop. Everything about him is great. The quality control, the posability, you name it, this guy hits all the marks. I love him. I highly, highly recommend him. All right. Number 5 is another figure that could have been much higher on the list, and it's only not because of small little nitpicks I have, and that's the New Age Grimlock. This guy looks like he jumped off the screen. Again, that's what I'm going for as a collector. He would have been higher if they found a way to fix these unsightly inner legs. And I know there's a knockoff that did it, but I'm not talking about knockoffs. I'm talking about the product itself that I reviewed. This figure's fantastic. Transformation's fun. The articulation is great. The sculpt is fantastic. Really great figure. That, as I said, it would have been higher on the list, minus a few little nitpicks of mine. That's where the next figure that I'm reviewing, this guy should have been number one. This guy should have been my number one, but I'm going to explain why in a minute. Coming in at number 4 is the Transart Transmetal Megatron. And he would have been a hell of a lot higher on my list, but I had the issue with the eyes. The LEDs just died, stopped working. All right, so that's BS. All right, shouldn't happen. I had to replace the feet due to scuff marks. Again, BS, shouldn't have happened. Other than that, I mean, it's a great figure. It's beautiful. It's a little light. It's lighter than I would have anticipated. But due to those small QC errors, I couldn't let him go up because those were wide range. And I can't tell you guys, hey, this is the figure of the year, and it's plagued with issues. So because of that, he takes number 4. Beautiful figure. You're not going to regret buying him. Number 3 is a figure that I was positive was going to be my number 1 when I reviewed him. He's number 3 because 1 and 2, they're just so impressive that I can't not put them in their places. All right, so number 3 for me is the New Age Cyclonus. That figure looks like he jumped off the screen. Yet again, the transformation is fun. Back and forth. These New Age figures going back and forth is not a problem. So I get the use out of them. I get the play. And that's why I'm able to recommend them without any question. So yeah, Cyclonus takes number 3. He is beautiful. He is screen accurate. And he is great. Number 2 was so fun. Number 2 is a great figure that I recommend everybody pick up if they can. And that is the Transart Transmetal Rat Trap. He is phenomenal. He almost took number 1. He is so damn good. Posability's there. The color's there. The transformation's intuitive. It holds up. It's just a great figure. And I couldn't be happier with my purchase of him. So he's one that you definitely should do your best to try to get yourself a copy if you can. All right, now I'm going to move these figures over. We're going to bring in my number 1 figure of the year. This is a figure that blew me away, that I didn't expect to be as good as it was. I did get him from my sponsor, St. Mark's Comics. I paid retail for this figure, but if I had to do it all over again and I had to do the eBay prices or any of those scalper prices, Serpentor. That Serpentor is so good. It's worth every penny. What you get for the price is mind-blowing. All right? Everything about this figure screams perfection. All right? He commands excellence in the show. Well, God damn it, he commanded excellence as a figure. So buy him. Just fucking do it. Just buy him. You will not regret it. He is so well made. He looks so good on the shelf. And I'm a mainly Transformers collector, but this guy, it is worth it. And there you have it, folks. You've got my top 10 figures of 2022. I've got more reviews coming for 2023. I already got them filmed. I just got to do some editing and I'll get those up. But this is my top 10 list. These guys are just so good. You have to own them. There's no other way to put it. I truly appreciate everything you guys have done, just from commenting on my videos or shooting me a message and saying, hey, why don't you review this? I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and thank you for an amazing 2022. Let's have a great 2023. Happy New Year. This is Billy the Kid signing off.